Today it was raining, so I made spicy Thai coconut turkey soup. Get in my belly. Get in my belly. Idle hands create idle problems. I didn't have white onions, so I chose a red onion. So the recipe called for 3 garlic cloves, and that just is not enough. So I used many. Well, the recipe didn't even call for jalapenos, but I love jalapenos. I love spice, and I can do what I want when I want, and so I put in 2 jalapenos. Ginger called for ginger, so I obeyed and added 4 teaspoons of ginger. You know, ginger on its own, I'm not a fan, but ginger in some spicy hot soup, delicious. The recipe called for half a cup of red bell peppers, but I chose to put in a whole red pepper because they are delicious. That is lemongrass. Zoom zoom mushrooms called for half a cup, but half a cup's not good enough for me. I wanted leftovers, so I added 1 cup of mushrooms. Leftovers are so important. Oh my God, because if it's a success, it's a treasure in your freezer. Fry those mushrooms at high heat. You don't want to overcook the mushrooms, but you do want to give them a little flash fry, so I just sauteed them for like a minute, but put in the red peppers right away because you want them soft still. And you add the garlic. Yum. Then you add the ginger and the lemongrass. And you saute this for about, well, I did it for about 3 or 4 minutes. Medium-high heat. Just a little flash cook. The recipe called for 2 tablespoons of chili paste, so I obeyed. But then I decided to break all the rules and add 3. Was that tablespoons or teaspoons that I put in there? Shit, I think it was teaspoons. 2 teaspoons. Make it 3 teaspoons. Heaping. Olive oil. Saute some red onions. Some jalapenos. Heat up the house and your neighbor's nostrils. Looking a little bit of transparency so that they're, there's something about onions. There's a science to it that I have no idea. And I just know when they're at a certain level of transparency, they taste delicious. The recipe called for 1 cup of coconut milk. That was not sufficient, so I added 2 cups of coconut milk because again, I was thinking about leftovers. And since I doubled up on the vegetables almost on everything, I decided to add 2 cups. Well, what the heck am I gonna do with 2 or 3 tablespoons of coconut milk in the fridge? You might as well put it in the pan. More is better. Fish sauce. Yum, yum. About 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, fine. I think it was a tablespoon of sugar. Yeah, it was a tablespoon of sugar. And now that everything's pretty much cooked, at this point I'm just stirring things up to get things warm, and then I'm gonna add our delicious. I fried everything separately because I wanted vegetables a certain way. You don't have to. You can probably throw everything in a pan all at once if you want. Just stir everything together, making magic. Now we're gonna fry that turkey up. Gobble gobble. Gobble gobble gobble. I'm sure if you don't like meat, you could probably use tofu. I bet you this recipe, if you fried some really firm tofu, it would be delicious. However, I'm a carnivore. So I added turkey. Recipe called for chicken. I was looking for something a little bit more healthy, so we put in some turkey. Then, the most important part here. The recipe called for 2 cups of chicken stock, but I think I used 4 or 5. I really have no idea how much there was in there. I think about 4 or 5 cups, because again, I wanted leftovers, so I'm kind of sort of doubling this recipe. See, the thing is, I find a recipe that I like online, and I just do a few alterations, and I love broth, so 4 or 5 cups of broth seems sufficient for me. Turkey was cooked, but not too overcooked. Look at that color. Delicious. Simmered it on low heat for about 20 minutes. Yum, 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 yum. Dash of salt. Just a little bit, you know, just a little bit of salt just for extra. All right, now the toppings, sidekicks. We're gonna get the cilantro ready. Chop that up nice and tiny. Do some fresh green onions for a little bite. What does fresh lime do for soup flavor? I don't know. It's magic. I didn't go to culinary school. All I know is it tastes good. Oh, little beauties. Yum, 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 yum. Smells so good. It's pure magic. I am always pleasantly surprised, and it's I knew it! I knew it. If I added 2 jalapenos, this is gonna be good. I knew if I doubled the onions, it's gonna be good. I knew it, just from past experience of cooking. Experimenting, the more you play around with recipes that you see online, the more you realize, like, needs more garlic. You need to add a jalapeno. Surprisingly, it wasn't that spicy. 2 jalapenos. Perhaps if I used habanero, it would have been out of control, but 2 jalapenos, they were small. It was quite mild. It had a slight bite to it, but it was, I probably could have put a 3rd one in there for sure, but it was great. If you love cilantro, you love cilantro. You can never have too much cilantro. I probably could have put more. I am guilty of more is better, mind you. But when you're squeezing your lime into the soup, don't be afraid to get some pulp in it. Pulp's delicious. You know, I had no idea I did the happy dance while I ate. Making soup is actually surprisingly really easy to do. I challenge you, go online, find your favorite soup recipe, just go at it. And if you don't have all the ingredients that's on that recipe, don't even worry about it, just fudge it a bit. Add, take away, mix. It's gonna be good. So there we have it. My version of spicy Thai turkey coconut soup. Yum yum.